Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Strawbunny Slime Streams. I'm your host, Strawbunny Slime, aka Mocha. It is December 30th, 2022, 2 p.m. I don't recognize that username, but I suppose it's always good to see one that I don't. So Oblivion took me about 9 months to get back to, huh? Leon. Okay. I apologize. I'm no good with names. But, okay. How do I politely segue from I'm no good with names into and now it's time to talk about deep lore? I don't really. Let's just... Yeah, it's probably been a while. My condolences. My apologies? Something like that. Okay, so every single episode of this that I've done, I tried to do a little bit of deep lore at the beginning of the session just to, like, dance a little bit around the topic of the episode, whatever it may be. It took me 9 months to work up the energy to do that for this episode. There were other things getting in the way, little details like having a job, nothing particularly important. I finally managed to write one, so if you'll indulge me for a moment before we actually get into the game. Ahem. In the early shaping of the cosmos, the trickster god Lorcan, father to mankind, convinced or deceived 8 great spirits into creating a world to bind souls to mortality. In the infinite chaos, they created a realm of order, the Mundus. In the Mundus, they created the world Nirn, first by its bones, then its skin. These bones would hold the rules in place, create the laws that kept the world as it was. Of these bones, the gods chose one to build a tower, to hold the world in place. This tower, the folk of modern Nirn know as Adamantine Tower, or Adamantia, or Dureni Tower, or Tower Zero. Unto every tower a stone, an item or concept used as a focus for the tower's might. For Adamantia, this is the Zero Stone, whose power no mage has found a way to harness. To date, none but the gods have used it, and its use helped shape the world. When the first of the spirits bound to mortality coalesced into the Aldmeri, the first elves, they looked upon Adamantia and sought to copy it, each elf to their own domain, each domain given its own tower. Crystal-like law, green sap, walk brass. The Aldmeri were, in large part, unhappy with the loss of their primordial immortality, the cost of their being bound to the world by Lorcan and the 8 divines. The Aelids, the elves who came to inhabit Cyrodiil, created their tower as a close reflection of Adamantia. This tower, white gold, was built as a conduit through which they hoped to gather enough magic to return the world to its divine, prehistoric state. To this end, the Aelids formed a pact with those gods who remained and had not tied themselves to the world, the Daedric princes, who largely covet Nirn for themselves. In the First Era, year 243, the Aelids were conquered. The Alessian slave rebellion, headed by the human slaves the Aelids kept, drove the Aelids from their tower, and led the humans, the Imperials, to take it for themselves. It is here that some scholars note a change, sudden and violent, in the makings of the land of Cyrodiil. For other stories speak of Cyrodiil's dense jungles and waving fronds. Indeed, even into the Third Era, the book Provinces of Tamriel insists that Cyrodiil is mostly jungle, deciduous forests and mangrove swamps, and a central valley surrounded by wild rainforests. No hint of this jungle remains today, save in the southernmost places where Cyrodiil overlaps with the Argonian land of Black Marsh. In its stead is rich heartland, a temperate climate, fields of wheat and grass, gentle forests, and rolling hills. Few speak of the change, only the before and the after. But some fringe scholars believe this change was itself brought about by the fall of the Aelids, that the tower they had built, hearing the authority of the Imperials in their uprising, looked into the will of man, and shaped their home of Cyrodiil to better serve their needs. And now as a recap for where we've been and where we're going. In the Third Era, year 433, the land of Tamriel is in crisis. The mythic Dawn, a cult devoted to the Daedric Prince of Destruction, Mehrunes Dagon, has slain the Emperor and his known heirs, paving the way for a Daedric invasion of all the Empire. One heir yet remains. Martin Septim, bastard son of the Emperor, may claim the throne and relight the dragon fires which kept Oblivion at bay, but for the absence of the Amulet of Kings, stolen by the Mythic Dawn's leader, Mankar Cameron, and taken to parts unknown. In the possession of the royal guards known as the Blades are 2 of 4 parts of a ritual needed to open the way to Mankar Cameron's hiding place. The first, an artifact offered by the Daedric prince Vermina. The second, the armor of the Emperor Tiber Septim, who ascended to godhood and became the 9th divine, Talos. Ahead of us lies the third object, a great Welkind stone, the enchanted heart of power for the crumbling elven city of Miskarkand. But with the cities across Cyrodiil crying for aid, and the forces of Oblivion pushing their way into the mortal world, who can say for certain where our path will take us? Now, if the game will actually be so kind as to show up on the stream, I hope. Oh, let's actually get audio going first, right? I am good at streaming. So I don't actually know how well the audio will be, well, audible to folks, so let me know if it's too quiet, let me know if it's too loud, etc., etc. Right now there's music playing. It's a slow, pleasant violin piece. I think it's violin. Probably more than just violin, but my point being, there is music playing right now. If you can't hear it, let me know and I could try turning it up. I could try talking to someone. Where did I even leave my character off? A bit starved for arrows and wearing a full suit of chitin armor. Or chitin. I never know how to pronounce that word. My sibling says chitin in the background.
Please forgive me, but I'm afraid I haven't got time to talk right now. One of the other blades should be able to assist you. Try Jenna or Stefan.
Fair enough, I guess. So, how's it coming through? Is it all pleasantly audible? Everyone able to hear stuff properly? I don't want to sit around and hear too long. All right. Getting widespread yeses on that front. So, oh, it's been a while. I will try to get into character, just need a little bit of time to reacquaint myself with the environment and the world and such.
Yes?
Yes? Still looks pretty nice. White gold tower off to the south there. The LODs maybe leave a bit to be desired. Bit funky. But there's so much charm to this game. Alright, how do I... Right, it's F. I'm relearning my buttons in real time. C to cast, good enough. R to switch between first and third person. Control to crouch. Alright, so we have a few options available to us right now. We could either do side quest stuff, we could focus on things that will help us in the main quest in the long run, or we could just do more of the main quest. Nothing is stopping us from pursuing any of those 3 avenues, and I want to know what everybody else wants. Like, what seems like a good way to kick back into being here? That looks like a mammoth. I forgot there were mammoths as part of this mod pack. Are they hostile? They're not hostile. That's nice. Good to see you just chilling. Okay. What do we got in our quest log, actually? Let's start with that. Ah, okay. We are supposed to go to Miskarkand next. And Miskarkand is all the way down to the southwest. Cool. I don't want to hem and haw for too long. Namira's Shrine? When did I find that? Oh, these are completed. These are completed. Here we go. Be level 5 to begin this quest. Make myself less attractive to others. That's a bit of a tall order. I mean, right? Am I right? Look at this. Who would not be immediately swooning over these eye spots? Coffee with milk is a real catch. Oh god, this is a game I could lose myself in. Kind of already am. I'm just running around. That was a bit funky. What's going on there? Was the light hitting the tower up there just right, or what? I don't know why I'm just, like, running around harvesting things instead of getting quest stuff done. Miskarkand is right next to a place I could just fast travel to. And if I recall correctly, the wilderness kind of kicks my ass. So maybe I should just be taking advantage of fast travel opportunities. Yeah, I guess let's start with that and see what the energy is from there. Let's head to Rasava Camp then. A little surprised it takes this long to load. Okay. Alright, we've got someone with a bow. Where the heck do you think you are? Or who the heck do you think you are? Alright. That was certainly a way to greet us, huh? Elven bow. Ooh. 11 damage. How about the one I'm using an elven bow? All right. That's fine. I'll just take your arrows. And your lockpick and these shafts. And let's take a look at this attire you've got, huh? What's mine looking like? 8 and 1. So 9 on that. Plus 1 there. Versus 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh. On the other hand, how much does mine weigh? 18 versus 9, 18, 19, 20. That's about a side grade, actually. That's about a side grade for, like, how much I'm carrying. Yeah. Let's go for it. Obviously, he's not using it. I could always sell it. Ooh. Well, if we had a soul trap spell and, guess, a soul gem to use on that, that would be pretty handy. A symbol of the Necromancer Moon. Let's see. Chainmail. Mithril, Mithril, Mithril. And that puts us at 12 versus, let's just re-equip the chitin, 10. Okay. Yeah. Guess we're starting this off with a new look. God, those pauldrons look hideous now. Cool. I mean, The whole getup is not exactly fetching. Wing hat. I do have a winged chainmail helmet. I feel like I ought to sell the chitin. Where's the nearest town? Oh, it's not Kavach. We haven't been to Anvil yet? What the... I almost feel like we ought to take a detour to Anvil just to get the main cities covered. No. Let's see. The chitin isn't exactly giving me a lot of money if I sell it. So worst case scenario, I go into a dungeon, I find I can't carry it out with me, I leave it behind on a body somewhere, right? Ooh, that's a guar. I didn't know there were guar stalking around here. Of course, that's because I'm using a mod pack. I don't know half the creatures around here anymore. I know there are spiders. I don't know if there are spiders here, but I know that generally there are spiders. Okay. That's kind of a cheat on my part, hitting the wait button, because you can't wait if there's... see? You see? As soon as there's monsters nearby, or enemies at least, I'm not allowed to wait. Those look like goblins. Hey. Achoo. Pretty good. It was just the one. Really? Just one goblin? Just the one guy. Who couldn't even cook a slaughterfish. That's sad. Get all the arrows I can. Need to remember some chests I encounter are going to be trapped, so be very careful about what I try to open. All right. I don't remember what's in Miss Karkand at all, so that's a little worrying for me, but at the same time, that makes it exciting. Also, just to recap, I save before I go through any doors because this game does have a habit of crashing. It can last a little over 3 hours. Hey, good to see ya. It can last a little over 3 hours, but I don't want to take any chances, even if I am just doing a 2-hour stream. Ahem. Time to get into character. I have entered the ruins of Miss Karkand. Now I must find its great Welkin stone. What's so great about it, anyway? I feel like I should take this as a bad sign. Where exactly are my torches? I did bring torches, didn't I? I did. Okay. Ah, right, yes. That is a concerning amount of blood. I do want to remind folks, as a quick aside, I did turn the difficulty down a couple of sessions ago because I really couldn't take it at normal difficulty. I tried. I did, but there were too many enemies to deal with all at once, and too many of them had too much health. And I figured it was better to turn the difficulty down and just be able to play the game than try to show off for the audience, you know? Oh, look at me, I can take on a room full of 20 people on normal difficulty. Except, you know, I couldn't. Anyway. It's like I never left, right? I'm right back to my same old, whatever that qualifies as in this context. Mildly concerning. That's a few more skeletons than I would care to have to engage. Oh, I see how it is. Okay. Right. Light armor does not help me survive encounters. Let's try that again. I never have played this game as a light armored character until this stream. Well, not this specific stream, you get my point. This is new to me, relatively speaking. Steel mace, that's not really good for me. That's one metric shit ton of zombies. What the hell is going on there? It was a goblin last time. You know, I'm a little disappointed that didn't kill. Like, well, okay. It did kill. What am I talking about? I'm a little disappointed that that got me detected. There. You haven't tried a heavy melee character in Oblivion. That's interesting. See, that's weird to me because heavy melee is like all I knew for years. That's all I ever played in any game. Okay, so that's a lot of zombies that all want to eat my face. Fortunately, they do seem to be very stupid about where I am. Unfortunately, this one knows exactly where I am, and it's got more health than I'd like it to have. Back up, bud. Back up, bud. Back up, bud. I warned you. Hey, SB, good to see you. I'm fighting zombies. I don't think I need their brains. I think I can just leave those behind. How many hours is this character? 16 hours, it looks like. That's pretty good. I think this is part 8 of my Oblivion stream throughs. I've had a little bit of time. I am playing this pretty heavily modded. There's one overhaul, at least, that I've got that I fell in love with when I tested it out. It adds a lot of new creatures, vastly improves enemy AI. There was one time where I caught one trying to lure his friends over to me because I hadn't killed him in one shot. I do have the difficulty turned down, though. Yeah, a lot of new creatures. There's spiders. I just passed by a guar from Morrowind earlier. What saw me? What saw me? Why am I detected? That zombie moves a lot quicker than I'd like them to. No significant texture improvements, if you're at all curious. I didn't want to modify the audience's potential first experience with the game too much, but I did want to keep things interesting for me. Neither do I. Honestly, I think graphics in games kind of peaked with Viva Pinata, Sonic Unleashed, and as far as medieval fantasy games go, I can't think of one that looks better than this. At least not... Okay. Better is subjective. Oh, Mirror's Edge is so good for graphics. Oh my god, we did... That's right, zombies have a chance to stand up again with this mod now. I can just keep making them sit down. Because they don't like silver arrows. They're deathly allergic to that. Most enemies, I guess, would be pretty allergic to getting shot at. Not me. I'm too cool for that. Okay. Easy enough. A lot of my favorite looking games are Xbox 360 ones. Impressive resilience, friend. Sit down anyway. I do have a music mod, yes. That looks a little daunting. And it is. That looks very daunting. I've never seen one with glowing eyes before. I'm not entirely sure how to feel about that. Seems they don't take kindly to goblins. I suppose it would be more surprising if they worked together. If I were to go down there, how would I get back up? Seems I'll have to find out. Do I have any better arrows than this, by any miracle? Ah. Right. Let's give these a try. Ah. I suppose the glowing eyes were an intimidation tactic. Light iron shield. What's my current shield? How well made is it? I may as well take this with me, just in case. Take this back from you, take these back from you. Close enough to dead, I should be able to handle the rest. Simple enough. Not exactly a well-guarded place, is it? Quite surprised, actually. Knowing what little I know of the Aliads, I would have expected them to have some slightly more interesting defense mechanisms here. I suppose that's convenient for me. Hard for me to want to complain. This looks valuable. I probably shouldn't take any more of those. My pack's starting to feel a bit full. So how do I get back up from here? Well, there's a doorway. That's a goblin. I wonder. I'll take it. I'm at it, I'll take these. And that. And I suppose this is the part where I say goodbye to my chitin armor. Goodbye. Served me well, but I've got better now. Well, that was unfortunate. That didn't go terribly well for you, did it, friend? Why didn't that go terribly well for him? Oh well. Let's have a look in this chest. Seems quite well guarded. It's 1. It's 2. That's 3. That's 4. Expertly done. And for a pittance. Isn't that always the way? What is that? Oh. A switch. Sure, just give me a moment. Really? Really? More gold in the unlocked chest than in the locked one? The hard locked one at that? I love random loot. Hold on, hold on. Switch to my Dremora broadheads. That one? Alive. And going where? Oh, still alive. Okay. I have a lot of iron arrows. I don't know which mod it is, but I figure a little explanation of what just happened there is in order. If it looked like... Oh, one of the zombies stood up again. If it looked like I killed that enemy without actually hitting them, I don't know which mod it is that does that, but one of the mods I've got, for some reason, is screwing with the attack animation speed. I really must ask you to sit down. Both of you. Supposed to take the gold from the unlocked chest to go buy a lockpick and come back. That's funny. That's a funny train of thought. Why is it acting like I'm still being seen? Who is seeing me? Who dares? Who has the audacity? Oh. That answers that. Playing a stealth character. You're not supposed to notice I'm here. Go away. I guess my audience is seeing me, yes. Oh, that guy's still alive. And he's still alive. Now he's not. Okay, alive is a little bit relative, I think. They are zombies. They keep standing back up, and I really wish they'd just stop. How are there more of them? Do they ever stay down? Where's that door I was looking for a moment ago? Oh, well, it's not here. Maybe past here. Alright, I'd close this. Yes, okay. Further in. I do hate the layout of these things, always so convoluted. How did the aliens find their way around in here? Press this switch, then walk all the way back around just to reach the door you were trying to get to in the first place. And what is this? Okay, back up. You next. Dwarven short sword. Not my choice of weapon. Quite a lot of skeletons in here. Few too many skeletons for my liking. This one especially. Well, that's that for that. Do skeletons quite suffice for improved defenses? I was expecting a little bit more than this. I mean, this is supposed to be kind of a hot ticket item. The only line of defense so far is a few meager skeletons and a couple of zombies. And I suppose the goblins would technically qualify as a defense, but somehow I feel the aliens may not have put those here. Well, let's see how to get that device opened. If there is an easy way. It wouldn't be this simple. No, it wouldn't. It's an alien contraption. Why would it be simple? So then how do I get it open? There's bound to be a switch somewhere. Speaking of alien contraptions... Two... 2, 3, 4. There we go. Still not worth it. Oh, wait. That would do it, certainly. That seems high value, if ever I've seen something high value, which I should hope I have as an aspiring thief. Oh, coffee with milk, you do talk to yourself too much. Too many words, not enough arrows. Speaking of... Ah, there's the action. Oh, I couldn't be that lucky, could I? The secret energies of the human body have not surrendered their mysteries easily to you. You are now an apprentice of restoration and can cast apprentice-level restoration spells. Thank you. I'm glad that line hit. That one doesn't look like he's doing anything too important. Now he might be. Yes, now he certainly is. And how about these? That's a very resilient one. Not bad, not bad. There's absolutely no way that was the entirety of the room. No, of course not. Right then. With this sort of pressure, let's see. No, no, 1. 2. 3. 4. I didn't save before that, did I? I need to remember to save before interacting with literally any chest. Thank you, mod pack. Well, at least any locked chest, I think. Alright, so there's the gold again. There's the block. Here's the Varla stone. High value item if ever I've seen one. And certainly I'd hope I've seen a lot of high value items, considering I'm a thief. Coffee with milk, you talk to yourself too much. Too many words, not enough arrows. Speaking of which... let's approach this room a little differently. If we're going to have to go through the whole thing again, I may as well keep it varied, right? So let's start with the zombie. Instead of starting with the skeletons. Now let's get this taken care of, because I really don't want to lose to this thing again. Of all the things to die to, right? A trapped chest. I'm glad I saved. Okay. This is the hardest enemy in the entire game. Final boss. Yeah, pretty much. How about I just don't bother with this one? Maybe I just don't open this one. You just touch the trap and hope for the best. Yeah, let's just move on from that. Didn't happen. I think it's affected based on your sneak skill. More zombies than I'd have to care to have to deal with in one sitting. Quite a few more zombies, as a matter of fact. Back off. Back off. What do you mean sneak attack for 3x damage? How am I sneak attacking those? Like, if it were on the first arrow, I could understand, but if I'm sneak attacking something on... I guess it would be hard to see without a head. I guess you're right. They're aiming for the guy behind me. Gasp. I'm being fooled. That quite effectively takes care of 1, 2... That one has a tail. Interesting. Oh. I'm very glad these zombies are stupid, because that would have been an actual jump scare if they had just attacked me. That's a few more arrows than I care to put into your hide, friend. I really am wondering why those guys are dying when they hit me. Do I have something that's doing physical reflect? Yeah, Space Ring of Retribution. Okay. Alright. That kicks ass. I completely forgot I had that. It's not the most thrilling of builds, is it? Back away from enemy and pump full of arrows until it stops moving. If it starts moving again, just put another arrow in it. On rare occasions, whip out your sword for style. Where the... Oh, he fell down. Okay. You also fell down. Is there anyone here who would like to stand back up and attack me and not fall down, like, where I can't loot you after you're dead? Is there anyone here? Show of hands. Yeah? No? No takers? Oh, hey, look. I can cast apprentice-level restoration spells again. I'm starved for those, truly. Actually, I don't have any of those. What am I talking about? No. Why are there so many zombies here? And skeletons, for that matter. Oh, another Ayleid chest. Do I dare? Had too bad a feeling about that last one to open it. Thank goodness. Take these, take this, take that. As well. Nobody's around to stop me. The distinct feeling I'm being watched. By who? Well, not by him. Certainly not by him now. It's maybe a touch more straightforward than I'd like it to be. That chest was the most threatening thing I've encountered in this entire dungeon. I almost feel like I want to turn the difficulty up, but the threshold between everything dies in 2 hits... Okay, that's 2 zombies. That's 0 zombies. The threshold between everything dies in 2 hits and everything is a pincushion is, like, non-existent. There's no clean divide between those. It's just 1 second. 1 second everything's too easy. The next second everything's maybe not too hard, but takes too much stuff to take out. I'm so good at words. I'm so glud. Hello. That opens this. This has nothing of value in it. Ah. I'm not exactly charmed with this. I could certainly stand to do without being followed around everywhere I go by zombies that don't know to stay down when they've been put full of arrows. I need to work on my quips. Note to self. Work on quips. Improve banter. And stop talking to yourself. Another door. That actually seems like an interesting idea, Espy. Got me wondering, would that just equate to constant jump scares, or is it actually trying to kill you? I guess that would qualify as a jump scare, too. This one looks a little sicklier than the others. Doesn't seem to matter much. Speaking of sickly. I do like the ragdolling. That's fun. Oh, okay. There are too many goddamn zombies in this ancient ruin. There's a certain point past which you've just got an infestation, and we've passed it. Are there, like, zombie exterminators that could be hired for this? Someone to do this job for me? And if not, can we at least get something more interesting than a zombie in my path, please? Time it took me to creep over here, one of them is already standing back upright. Unless that one just... There's so many zombies. Why are there so many zombies? I wonder if that's a question I should ask, like, actually be asking within the context of the dungeon, or if that's just me being left to wonder why there are so many goddamn zombies. Let's open this chest. What could possibly go wrong? Now, how about losing 2 picks? Okay. Funny game. Funny video game. The video game is funny. Okay. That's fine. That's actually a pretty good reward. Could be necromancers, could be dead raiding adventurers, could be burial grounds, though I certainly hope it's not burial grounds. Not really a fan of that idea. Actually, if anything, that kind of just makes it rude that I'm here shooting them, huh? Like, okay. Like, at that point, doesn't this kind of qualify as their house? And I'm just, like, looting it. Which, I mean, I am an adventurer. That's what they do. Well, that looks valuable. Okay, quick aside. That was a very funny way for me to slip back into character after that monologue. Well, that looks valuable. It's a little bit rude of me to be pilfering stuff from dead folks' houses. That looks valuable. Anyway. Seems to have about the same energy as the Ayleid Welkind stones, I believe they're called, that I've already been seeing. Larger. Definitely what we're here for. This, I presume, is the Great Welkind Stone. I should bring it to Martin at Cloud Ruler Temple. I need to leave. I need to leave now. Unless... Yes, I believe if there was a time to use that staff I picked up earlier, it would be now. Or perhaps not. Perhaps it's not time to use that. Okay. Potion, 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 potion. That's a good start. Can I have a stronger one, please? That's more like it. Okay. If you would all be so kind as to back away. Well, that's not so bad. No, that suffered rather a lot, didn't it? Gives me a little bit of breathing room. Where were you even hiding? I noticed a passageway open that wasn't open before. This looks like an important key. And this seems like rather an important staff. Perhaps I'll find a use for it later. The dear old aliens certainly did know how to build their locks. That was a miracle. Where the heck did these guys come from? That pressure plate must have opened a door, didn't it? Opened a couple doors. One of which has more loot behind it. There's no way this is a bad idea. This can only possibly end well for me. Stopping in the middle of a zombie-infested ruin. Just to go treasure hunting. What is this? The Warp in the West. Strange name. Not that I've ever been one for reading per se, but it might be, I don't know, valuable to someone. I suppose I'll just be on my way then. Well then. Ow. Ow. Is there anything else in here that would like to make its presence known before I move on? Don't be shy now. Seems silent enough. I may as well leave this behind. Where exactly am I relative to where I was? Because I don't think I recognize this door. They all tend to look a bit the same. Ah. Yes, that should work just fine. One more bit of looting for good measure. Certainly won't be hurting the denizens of this place. They care too little for their treasures. I'll take good care of it. Whatever it is. Assuming, of course, I can bypass this lock. The odds for that don't exactly seem to be in my favor today. Classic prank. Classic fucking prank. It's always the frost traps. Why is it always the frost traps? No. Okay. Frost traps. I'm officially declaring frost traps bullshit. I'm moving on. I'm not bothering with this shit. I'm not. I want the loot so bad. Well, were I headed back home, this would certainly be a story to tell the friends and relatives. Entered an ancient and undead-filled crypt and emerged with my life. It would perhaps be in my best interest to go looking for a place to offload some of this. Anvil's not that far. I could go to Skingrad, but I've been looking for an excuse to visit the coast. Hey, Colt. Good to see you. You missed the zombies. There were 20 million of them, and they just would not stop standing back up after I shot them. Oh. Hail, Imperials. I think I'm fine without conjured equipment. West to Anvil. Very well.
You have my ear, citizen. You have my ear, citizen. What is it, citizen?
Citizen this, citizen that. Rather an underwhelming encounter. Yes, you can have whatever else was on there. Was it just the one? It must have just been the one. That's a little odd. What is that? Camp. And another stone. I suppose treading a little bit off the beaten path couldn't hurt. Rare for the inhabitants of camps like these to be friendly, but maybe by some miracle these ones will be open to conversation. At the very least, not intent on... Hopelessly lost. I know exactly where I am all the time. You don't know me.
This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death.
That is a black bear. Okay. Is it gonna chase me, or are we cool? What the hell is that? Okay, alright.
You're pathetic.
Right, let's see. What arrows can I afford to leave behind? I don't need all of these. I would like most of them. And now I suppose I'll be figuring out what this thing is. It casts spells. That seems cause for concern. What was that? Pine gnarl. Pine gnarl, that's new. I think. I don't know that I've ever heard of a gnarl before. Have I? Shock damage 40 points on target. Is that better than the one I have? Frost damage 24 points in 15 feet. This one's better sell loot. I'll keep it. Just keep wandering even further out. Why not? Nothing bad has ever happened from doing this. Is that a creature? That is. That's an imp. Okay. Give me my arrow back, please. Give me my arrow back, please. It's gone. All right. Well, the hillside ate one of my arrows. That's fine. That's a wolf. The wolf will probably attack me. Maybe? Yeah, okay. Just needed... That's multiple wolves. Okay. Oh, they're timber wolves. Cool, 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 cool. Oh, wait. No, they are just awful at everything. Never mind. There's something I can get that would make them friendly. I don't want to elaborate on what it is because it's something I'm saving for after we're done with the main story. I'm not going to investigate this fort. I need to pull myself away from this. If I just go dungeon delving for the rest of this session, I'm never going to turn in the one quest I set out to do. As it is, I've already filled up my schedule with, I should go to Anvil. It's not a wolf fursuit mask. No, that's not the thing that'll make the wolves friendly. If anything, I think that would make them more afraid of me. Right, so let's try this again with fewer interruptions. We're going to walk past Kavash, and then we're going to keep heading west. Hello, Guar. Good to see you. We're going to keep heading west until we get to Anvil. And I'm sure nothing is going to get in between us and going to Anvil at all. It'll be perfectly fine, and there will be no bandits on the road. Or crashes to desktop or power outages. I'm worried about those again because the wind's starting to pick up. And we're getting attacked. Fortunately, it's not by anyone that can aim. And then I immediately get hit by an arrow. Chainmail, 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 steel arrowheads, torch. 12 elven arrows. I will take those. I will take those. And I'll leave behind 12 iron arrows because they're my weakest. Uh-huh. Don't worry, bud. I can see you. You're so good at arrows. You are so good at arrows, friend. I don't know how many arrows I just picked up, so let's just deposit another... Let's say 10. Okay, that's a camp. And again, I don't intend to get too sidetracked with this. I do have... Mortal camp? Really? You're just gonna... That's a dog. That's another dog. Was it just dogs? This camp was owned by dogs? Did the camp just belong to dogs? There's nobody else here. Well, considering it was 2 dogs, they set up a pretty nice camp. Got bedrolls and everything. Why was it just 2 dogs? Why was it just 2... That's going to be on my mind for a bit. Like, if there was a body there, that would at least be environmental storytelling, i.e., oh, the dogs killed the people that set up the camp. If there was someone there alive, that would also explain where the dogs came from. Oh, this person must have trained these dogs. It was just 2 dogs in an empty camp. Okay, that's a Spriggan. Sorry. I am finally awake. Okay, who's jumping out of the bushes next time? Another bear. Why not, right? May as well be bears. Just 20 million bears en route to my... I have become very, very good with the sword, which is maybe not ideal. Because I was trying to play more of a sneaky bows and maybe dagger character. And instead I've picked up a scimitar and I'm like, well, back to what I know best. Hitting things with a sword until they stop moving. The playstyle that I've done 20,000 times in this game by now. Except now I'm doing it with light armor, so it's very different actually. I do also feel obliged to remind the returning audience that maybe has had time to forget, I did turn the game difficulty down a few sessions ago. Born to snipe, forced to stab. Yeah. Is there anyone here, or was it just... Okay, that's a silver nugget, which doesn't answer my question. That's a lockpick, which also does not answer my question. No, there's nobody in this camp. Okay, I have a theory. I didn't mean to read this book. A Brief History of the Empire, Part 4. 12 pages. I'll pass on that. That doesn't sound too interesting. Yeah, a chicken nugget I would have stuck around for, but a silver nugget, no. Just a little farther to Anvil. Friend or foe? Let's... of course not.
Show me what you've got.
I'd really hoped maybe this one wasn't going to attack me. And I'll be winners. That doesn't look particularly inviting. That significantly less so. I need to get to Anvil. I can't be bothered with the giant portal right now. I can't. I may as well mark it on my map. What's the worst that could possibly happen? Hello, denizens of the Deadlands. My name is Coffee with Milk. I'm here to destroy you. There are denizens of the Deadlands around here, right? This portal is guarded by someone, surely. Surely they wouldn't just leave a portal to Oblivion lying completely unguarded. No, it does actually seem to be completely unguarded. That's shocking. I suppose that makes my life a little bit easier. Hope the folks at the inn are doing well. I really ought to investigate getting a horse. Seems like it would make this a little quicker. It is nice to wander the open road on my own, but... Actually, I suppose a horse would probably just attract more attention than it's worth. Too many brigands. And too many Spriggans, for that matter. Maybe once this is all over, I ought to settle down and become a poet. Brigands and Spriggans. I can't imagine there are many poets who have made that rhyme before. The Brina Cross Inn. Coffee with milk is something of a trendsetter. At least insofar as she just invented the beginnings of a poem, question mark?
Your money or your life.
I don't have time for
We can
this.
play it that way if you like. I'll hack you to pieces.
We can play it that way if you like, he says. Not exactly the cleverest sort, that one. If I was really dedicated to the poetry joke, I'd probably make... I'd learn how to mod Skyrim just so I could, like, sneak a poetry book by Coffee with Milk into the game when I say when, maybe that's a bit presumptuous of me, if we get around to that part. I'd hope we do, but I really can't make any guarantees considering...
Hello.
Okay. Where's she off to in such a hurry? That was an exchange. Well, here we are in Anvil.
Hello.
Seems like a pleasant enough place. Perhaps a bit mundane. There's bound to be an inn I could sleep at. That looks like a good opportunity. The Count's Arms. I've never seen that Skyrim clip. You're gonna have to send me that. Hello, sir.
Owner and proprietor of the Count's Arms. We make beds and food available to guests. Can I help you?
I was actually about to inquire about a bed.
There's a wonderful room available. It's the best I have, and you can use it for the night for a mere 25 gold. Interested?
I may as well.
Excellent. It's up the stairs there, and then directly across the hallway. Center room, wonderful view of the city. Sleep well.
Thank you kindly. While I'm here, though, I'd heard there was a chapel attacked here.
The prophet speaks true. This is the start of something terrible. I can feel it in my bones.
Prophet? I'm sorry, prophet?
You should listen to him preach. He may sound crazy at first, but the longer you listen, the more sense he makes.
I'll consider it. Thank you.
Be seeing you.
Bit of a scowl on that one. Can't imagine why he wouldn't be happy to see someone like me. What's this about? Oh. Just an advertisement. None of my business. While I'm here... Just one at random, right? Well, if that's a taste of what this place is like, it's not exactly impressive. This is my room now. Oh well. Spend the night here, I suppose. What little night there is. Never leave the door open. Never know who might sneak in. Not that there seems to be anything worth taking.
Morning.
Morning to you too, sir. Well enough.
Hail.
Read any good books lately?
I've been trying to get through
What?
Mysterious Akavir. It's a fairly interesting read.
I've not read that yet.
What
It's
happened
a
with the
shame there
carrot?
isn't more time to spend with good books.
Goodbye.
Morning.
I understand the Fighters Guild is hiring new members. Not bad work for some folks.
I hear you.
Heard any news from the other provinces?
Nothing I'd like to talk about.
Safe travels.
You too. Oh, hello.
Hello, good lady.
You seem well dressed and well mannered.
Hello, I am Velvin Benaris. If you're in the market, I'm selling a manor house right now for a very good price.
A manor?
Yes, I'm selling my grandfather's house, Benaris Manor. If you're interested, I could let you have it for a modest sum. I have to sell it soon, as I have pressing matters elsewhere. You're welcome to take a look at it. It is located across the street from the chapel. Once you buy, you get the key to the front door and the deed of ownership. That's the deal. Would you like to buy it now?
I mean, an entire manor seems a touch outside my price range. I'm afraid I can't spare the coin.
Well, I'll be here every day from noon until midnight. Let me know if you change your mind.
Noon to midnight. I mean, 5,000 gold for an entire manor seems suspicious to me. I need to find someplace to offload goods. I wonder if the local Mages Guild is looking for discount staves to buy. Pardon
Hello
me.
there. Is there something with which I can assist you? Perhaps you're curious about joining the Mages Guild.
No, I'm afraid I'm not, but do you happen to know where there's any vendors in the area?
Knowledge is power.
No? Alright,
Bye.
Well met.
I'll take a look around then.
Well met. Arvanis Fellas is an
How about you?
I'm Felon Relis of the Mages Guild. I handle alchemy training for the Anvil chapter.
Alchemy. I suppose that's close enough to what I'm looking
Have a
for.
look around. You won't find better prices in all Tamriel.
No, you don't take staves? Ah, my luck. Well, while I'm here, how about these fire salts? I have entirely too many of them.
A good price for a good customer.
I suppose I'm not doing anything with these wolf pellets either.
Tell your friends about me. Be seeing you. Whatever's going on in that house, I don't want to know about it.
safe travels.
Good day.
Excuse me, is this imp fine? Is this allowed to be here?
What is it now?
Answers to Sparky. Alright. I suppose it's fine then. Someone's sick dog. Yeah, it looks a little bit pale. It is a very funny dog. Hello there.
Harold Morvain. Been making weapons and arms here in Anvil for 30 years. People say I do good work, and I don't aim to argue with them.
Aim, that's a pretty good pun.
What can I interest you in?
I was hoping perhaps you might be interested in a staff or two. I'm in the market to sell this one. It's a little bit too explosive for my tastes. And I suppose this one isn't exactly doing me any favors either. You can have it.
A good price for a good customer.
That offloads those quite quickly and easily.
A pleasure to serve you. Good day.
He doesn't seem entirely happy to see me.
Greetings.
Hello. Who are you?
Enelroth, Morvain's apprentice.
Oh. I suppose that answers that question quite nicely.
What can I interest you in?
Uncertain. What do we have here? Mouse deeds. It's nothing I'd take an interest in, but duly noted.
Goodbye.
Well, with a little bit more coin in my purse, I'm feeling a little more confident about the thought of that manor. What's the worst that could happen? Always in the market for new housing, I think.
Hello,
Pardon me.
lady. That manor is still for sale if you're interested.
As a matter of fact, I am.
If you want to buy Benares Manor, it's still available for a modest price. No questions asked, please. Interested?
No questions. Right. Here's 5,000 gold for the manor.
Excellent. Here's the key to the front door and the deed of ownership. I hope you enjoy your new home. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must attend to those pressing matters I spoke of earlier. Good day.
He seemed in a bit of a hurry. Pardon me.
You got quite a deal on that house.
Yeah, I was just about to ask. Are you absolutely certain? It sounded like it had some sentimental value.
You've already bought the manor, and I have nothing more to say about it.
Touchy. Let's see about that deed, then. This document hereby states that the bearer is the sole owner and possessor of the domicile currently known as Benares Manor. Said domicile is located in the township known as Anvil in the territory known as Cyrodiil. The bearer has full ownership rights to all of the structures, flora, and land within the property borders as defined in the Anvil Construction Charter. The bearer is responsible for yada yada yada. Empowers the bearer transfer rights to reassign the property as he sees fit. The bearer may amend this document to rename the manor. Boring. Alright, though, I suppose let's see if I can't find my new house. What is the difference between it and any other house in the place, I ask? They all seem about the same. White brick, orange roofs. Not a terribly exciting choice of... This could be it. Huh. I hope this isn't it. Looks just a touch dilapidated. Although I suppose that explains why it came so cheap. So this is my house in Anvil, I suppose. Certainly needs some work, but... I mean, 5,000 gold for... 2 floors... Decent foyer. No, who am I kidding? This needs a lot of work. Do I dare check the basement? For all I know, there's a body in it. Although, again, that would explain the low cost. Free roommate. Nothing to speak of in here. Nothing to speak of in here. Charter, some paper, paintbrushes. Boarded up windows. I'm really not too thrilled by that part. At least the bed seems to be in good condition, and I didn't exactly get enough sleep after last night. A quick nap, and then we'll be back to work. What in the... Okay, alright. Elven sword doesn't seem to be working. I do have a silver dagger. And there was a third, wasn't there? Yes. Okay, so the house is haunted. Thought I heard something downstairs. Hopefully nothing too serious, though seems I've stumbled into quite a complicated situation. May as well investigate. Downstairs, downstairs, downstairs. I mean, this is downstairs. That doesn't look entirely healthy. That's a hand. That is a hand in my house. Right. Well, I'm giving this back to the man who sold me this place immediately. Along with... What is this? Second Sun's Dawn, Third Era 335. The people of Anvil are worms. How dare they criticize what they don't understand? I shall have my vengeance in a form they cannot possibly imagine. I shall use the souls of the departed to prolong my own life. Okay. Alright. More bodies. Protect myself from meddlers. A room in the basement of the manor. I really should have checked it, huh? Inter my corporeal self and transcend this plane of existence, whatever that means. Only a true-blooded Benaris may open the portal. Well, we'll see about that. And another ghost. Mostly these seem to be nuisances. Although I will say it's perhaps the worst sort of pest control I've ever had to deal with. Will you get out of here? Please and thank you. I paid 5,000 septims for this place. You're not getting me to leave. Although I am certainly going to have a talk with the man who sold me the deed. As soon as I'm done with this. Whatever it is, it's down here. Ghost, ghost. 3 ghosts. I guess this is kind of house flipping? Paying as much as I did for this place and then being able to sell all the ectoplasm I'm farming from it. It's not so bad. I could think of worse deals. So what if the house is a little haunted? Right, so what? Well, I'm certainly no mage. I have no idea what to do now. There's nothing in any of this storage that will help me with that. Oh, 3 gold. Start making back my 5,000. What exactly was the name of the man that sold me the deed again? No, it's gone. I've completely lost track. Be worth it to go asking around.
How do you do? I'm Hassathil, Heinrich Oakenhall's wife.
That's nice. I'm looking for... Look, there was someone in the inn the other day that sold me... No, it was just this morning, as a matter of fact. Sold me the deed to a haunted manor.
I'm not sure where he went, but I would ask at the Count's Arms.
You know him.
If anyone knows where he is, it would be someone there.
Very well.
Bye.
Well, they've been talking about an attack on this chapel.
I wouldn't go in there unless you have a strong stomach. We have
How strong
orders
is
to keep
strong?
everything just the way it was until the investigation into the chapel attack is finished.
Yes, I was actually just about to investigate that matter.
It's baffling. How anyone could have gotten in and out of there without being seen by our patrols is beyond me. Maybe that prophet is right. Some kind of unholy doom visited upon us.
Can you tell me anything about this prophet? There's a man proselytizing behind me. Is that the one?
He preaches most of the day across the street from the chapel. I used to think he was crazy, but now he seems to be making some kind of sense. I hope that doesn't mean I'm going crazy now.
You seem to be in rather good spirits about that prospect for someone who just told me about the chapel being
Bye.
sacked in some capacity. I mean, that is perhaps a little more blood than I'd like to see. And a couple more corpses. I've seen worse. I mean, it's certainly bad. Certainly bad, but I've seen worse. Big chillin'. You know, that's not exactly a phrase that would spring to mind looking at this situation. Right. Well... I suppose it would be a bit disrespectful to desecrate this place, wouldn't it? Just a touch.
How goes it?
And then there's this prophet I've been hearing about.
Stand for the 8 and 1. Who will complete Helenol's holy mission of vengeance upon Umaril, the unfeathered?
Are you talking to me?
Is there no one who would stand for the 9? Cut 8 wise he was. Helenol the Blamer, champion of men, and though dispersed, he left us a warning. Heed it! The blood of the Bella's slaughtered acolytes cries out for vengeance! Vengeance! Who will take up this holy crusade? Who will walk the pilgrim's way, as did the questing knights of old?
This doesn't seem like something I need to concern myself with.
A divine crusader reborn. Oh, unhappy Tamriel, where is your divine crusader in these latter days of petty strife and lesser men?
Best of luck to him on that, I suppose. But I do have a situation on my hands. A couple, as a matter of fact.
How are you? I don't know you. You don't know me. Everybody's happy.
Right, that sounds fine. I need to ask you about a man who just sold me the deed to a haunted mansion.
I'm not sure where he went, but I would ask at the Count's Arms. If anyone knows where he is, it would be someone there.
Fair enough.
Goodbye.
Count's Arms. Not there, no. I suppose that must be the inn. Right, yes, I commented on the odd name. No.
How are you?
Wilbur, wasn't it? I'm asking after that man that sold me the deed to a manor earlier.
As soon as you bought the place, he pretty much up and left. I hear tell he's making his way to the Imperial City.
Making his way there.
Goodbye.
Well, I suppose he could be just about anywhere between here and the Imperial City by now. Walking fast. Yeah, no kidding. He's like, okay, I got rid of the haunted mansion. I'm out. Peace. He definitely said exactly that. Just would not stop yelling about his haunted mansion and how badly he needed to sell it. Well, now he's got reason to panic because I want my money back. And wouldn't you know it, he's already made it to the Imperial City. Yeah, let's go chase him down. Why not? It's a bit of a detour from what I was originally going to do, which I think maybe involved some kind of weird rock? I don't know.
How are you?
Evening.
Excuse me.
Surprised to see you all the way out here in the Imperial City.
Are you? Do you have a moment to talk about maybe a manor you sold me the deed to?
So, you think I'm responsible? I suppose you're right, as the manor used to belong to my grandfather, Lorgren Benneris. I knew there was a curse on that place, which is why I sold it to you so cheap. I suppose I should have warned you, but I had to get out of Anvil. My family said I could move here to the Imperial City once all our loose ends were tied down. The manor was one of those loose ends. I fear my own greed got the better of my judgment. I hope you weren't hurt badly in that horrible place. I suppose I assumed you'd be able to lift the curse and be done with it.
You're not nearly so lucky. There's something in the basement that I picked up this... Okay, in order. I found a skeletal hand in a vase, and it was clinging to a piece of parchment that I believe belonged to this Lorgren Benneris fellow you mentioned. Your grandfather, correct? He said there was something in the basement that only a true member of the Benneris bloodline could open, and I certainly tried to open it, but couldn't make heads or tails of the sigils, so...
Lorgren Benneris was a strange old man, always dabbling and experimenting with magic. He was mostly harmless, until the fateful day he came across a tome bearing the evil magic of necromancy.
Oh.
He became obsessed and decided that by using necromancy, he could prolong his own life.
I picked up on that,
The
yeah.
dark arts contained in the tome called for him to dig up the recently deceased in the nearby crypts under the cathedral. When it was discovered that he did this, the Mages Guild called for a quick meeting to decide what to do. It only took minutes to decide. Led by a young upstart named Carahill, the Mages Guild stormed Benneris Manor and slew Lorgren. However, amid the chaos, his body vanished. Because of this, the people of Anvil concluded the manor must be cursed. You are the first person to set foot inside in a long time.
Lucky me. So, how do we go about getting me my money back and also lifting the curse?
According to the diary entry, it seems that I'm the only one who can open the secret door in the manor. And I can't help feeling slightly guilty selling you the place under these circumstances.
Slightly.
I'll meet you in Anvil at the Count's Arms.
Slightly guilty.
From there, we'll try to lift the curse together.
Sounds fine by me.
I'll see you in Anvil.
He can teach
Don't
you
let
a
me
lot
stop
about
you.
using light armor.
Farewell.
Frankly, I think it would make a little more sense for him to do it himself, but I suppose if I'm the owner of the house... I mean, technically, I guess this does qualify as house flipping. Is he seriously in the inn? Like, he just walks back to the damn inn and waits for me there? No? Yes. Okay. Guy cannot stop partying.
Hello.
Yes?
Alright, where is he? He can't be upstairs.
I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Oh. Okay.
I was half expecting you not to show up. Are you ready to go to the manor?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Then let's get this over with. I don't relish the thought of spending too long inside of the manor. Follow me.
Me follow you. Are you sure? Just seems to me I'd have the better equipment for it. I mean, look, right? Look at this scimitar and tell me I'm not equipped for this. I think I'm equipped for this. Why don't you let me take point? Busy thinker, this one. Fine enough. We'll do this quest because I like this quest, and then we'll go turn in the Great Welkin Stone. And since we're coming up on 2 hours as it stands, I think that'll be it for the stream for this session. 2 hours feels like about the right time for a stream if I'm going to do one. Yeah, he's kind of owning the walk. Credit where it's due. I do wish he'd own it at a pace that matches mine, though. You can't rush style. I guess not. Can't rush this guy either. Oh, those are the stairs. I thought those were the stairs. Here we are in Benaris Manor. We ought to proceed cautiously to the entrance and prevent any harm from befalling us.
Okay. You lead from here. Hopefully we can make it to the basement without too much fighting.
I'm afraid I have bad news for you on the too much fighting front. I'm already hearing combat music. I mean, what? What do you say? Ectoplasm. Ectoplasm. Is there another one upstairs, perhaps? Yes, there is. Shock of shocks. It's always 3. Why is it 3? What's so important about 3? If you wouldn't mind helping me up. I'm not exactly a fan of your efforts. First, you sell me a house where most of the inhabitants are trying to kill me. Then you promise we're going to help resolve the situation together, and now you're just following along behind me wordlessly, waiting for me to clear out every ghost on the way. All I'm saying, sir, is would it kill you to pick up a dagger and help yourself? Look, here's that sigil I was talking about. Do you know how to open it? No, that's fine. Take all day. It's not like we're trying to deal with a ghost problem. It's not going to love you back.
Lead on.
Can you open it or not?
I hope that whatever's behind the door will truly lift the curse. I'd hate to risk harm for nothing.
You and me both. All right, the door's opening. The air in this place feels a little clearer.
As this opens, I'm leaving.
Wait. Ah, by the hist. That is a dead body. That is a dead body and a lot of magical sigils surrounding it. Never mind all of this. Is this book pulsing? Oh, that looks fine. That's healthy. Bones, pickaxes, tongs. Seems about right. I'll deal with that momentarily. Nothing there. Yeah, good circulation on that book. Great veins on it. Healthiest book I've ever seen. Okay. I love that everyone's just decided to roast this one skeleton that's sitting in... Oh. I didn't even notice there was another sack. This one skeleton that's sitting in here. Not even a full skeleton at that. There's like a pelvis, a rib cage, and a healing potion. I love that that's what you decided to roast there. Sorry. Idiot died with his healing potion. Right, so... How exactly do I handle an exorcism? Do I... If I just push it over... No? Nothing?
And I desire the chance to atone for my sins.
Do you really?
The things I've done to the people of Anvil, the horrible, unspeakable acts I've committed, demand repentance.
I'll take your word for it.
Gary was justified. Slaying me was the only way to stop the madness. I have accepted that fate.
Yes, YouTube apology video. That's good.
So
That's a good one.
make my final peace with the nine. Please rejoin my hand to my body. Only then, when I am complete, will this eternal nightmare end.
Wishing to atone for his past and make peace with the nines, he just wants to be whole again. Fair enough. Yeah, here's your hand back.
It never fails to amuse me how easy mortal man is to manipulate. You've assisted me in completing the very thing Carrie against Cabal sought to prevent all those years ago. My ascension to immortality.
Yeah, I could just leave.
Last time I
You want to talk about this, I could just go.
underestimated their power. I shall not repeat that mistake twice. I live
Quite a sense of humor on this one. Right, let's see what you're made of then. Quite a lot. Quite a lot more than I'd like you to be made of. If you could perhaps be made of a touch less, that would be quite nice for both of us. Actually, be made of a touch less. It would be kind of funny if I decided to just leave, huh? That seems like a smart idea. And then what? Yes. That should do fine. Right. So, that was a waste of my time, but seeing as his soul is gone and his body is burning, I would assume the curse has been lifted. Let's go see about getting a refund for all of this. I wonder if necromancer altars are worth good money. I mean, there's no two ways about it. That's some pretty bullshit magic. Mostly it was just levers and pulleys. Thank you for the follow. I'm actually kind of surprised at how quickly he went down. I mean, I shouldn't be, but he hit like a truck. I figured it would take a truck to hit him. Clearly it did not. I'll take that. Excellent news for you, sir.
Sorry for running away like that, but fear got the best of me. I'm glad you talked me into coming with you. Now that the curse has been lifted, I feel like I've taken care of my family's unfinished business. Excellent work, my friend. May the manor give you many years of happiness.
Oh, thank you
I'm
for
now
the
off to
subscription.
Imperial City once more. Farewell.
I don't suppose I could ask you about that refund.
It's a fairly interesting read.
Not my
And he's
favorite,
gone.
but many enjoy it.
Good day.
Really,
Is finally cleansed. Enjoy
nothing?
The manor. It suits you well.
please.
I'm overjoyed to hear that you were able to cleanse the manor. Well done, my friend. Well done.
Thank you for the gift sub also.
Good fortune to you.
Well, that leaves us with a rather dilapidated manor, 5,000 fewer gold coins than we had before, and a backpack full of goo. The stream has been fun, yeah. I've kind of been enjoying getting back to this game. I'm glad I'm keeping it capped at 2 hours instead of a full-blown 3. I might do more of these. Did I walk into the wrong house by mistake? This looks immaculate. Is this my house? Yes, I suppose it must be. Actually, with the light let in here and a few cobwebs cleared out, it looks nice. I do wish I could do something about the piles of ectoplasm, but, I mean, it's 2 stories. It's hard to be upset about a 2-story house. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take it. Everyone's in love with the stair goop, huh? Everyone here really likes the stair goop. Fair enough, I guess. Yeah, I'm not gonna drink the ectoplasm. That's not mine. I'm just borrowing it. I feel like there's a bit of a moral dilemma in saying that I own the ghosts.
There must be another way. The risk is too great.
I know the risk. I was at Kavach. But there is no other way. We have no choice.
The Countess will never agree to it.
She
Good
will.
evening, ma'am.
She must.
Very well. The blades are, as always, at your disposal.
Ah, here you are. I have good news of a sort.
What do you need, friend?
Let's see what she thinks of your plan.
Well, Martin, I have to say, you're looking quite
Ma'am?
dapper in that attire. I think it suits you a little bit better than the robe did.
You're back, and you've got the great stone.
I certainly do. I did say I'd get it after all.
You did. I can count on you. I never thought to see a great Welkin stone. As beautiful as all the old tales tell. But of course its beauty is a mask for its deadly power, like everything crafted by the aliens. Now, we need only one more item, and we'll be ready to open a portal to Manka Cameron's realm.
What exactly is this last item you're referring to?
I should have seen it sooner. It's the counterpart to the Great Welkin Stone, just as the first two were the opposed powers of the Daedra and the Divines. Welkin stones contain the concentrated power of Mundus. Their counterparts are sigil stones, which are used to hold open Oblivion gates. A great sigil stone, then, is what we require.
Sigil stone? I could probably pilfer one of those, no problem, but a great sigil stone sounds a little harder to come by. What exactly is the trick to that?
You're not going to like it. Joffrey doesn't like it. The Countess of Bruma certainly isn't going to like it. Great sigil stones are the anchors of great gates. The kind of gate the mythic Dawn opened at Kavach. The kind of gate the mythic Dawn wants to open here to destroy Bruma.
So, I mean, Kavach was completely destroyed. There was hardly anything left of the place when I came to get you. Are you proposing we let them open that same gate here in Bruma?
I said you weren't going to like it.
Understatement of the
risk is
year.
Great, I know. I was at Kavach. I saw the terrible power of the Daedric siege engine. But we have no choice. The only way to recover the Amulet of Kings is to allow the Mythic Dawn to proceed with their plan to attack Bruma.
Well, I certainly don't like the sound of it, but I suppose I could handle it if need be, and as long as it means you'll be safe here.
No. I'll lead the defense of Bruma myself. If I am to be Emperor, it's time I started acting like one.
That sounds perhaps suicidal. That's the first word that springs to mind. Listen, I have actual experience in combat. Why don't I lead the fight?
Remember when we first met in Kavach? I told you that I didn't want any part of the God's plan. I still don't know if there is a divine plan, but I've come to realize that it doesn't matter. What matters is that we act, that we do what's right when confronted with evil. That's what you did at Kavach. It wasn't the gods that saved us, it was you. Were you acting for the gods? I don't know. But now, it's my turn to act.
There's no persuading you otherwise, is there? Very well, as you command.
Please, my friend. I need your judgment, not your obedience. I explain myself to you so you understand me, and so you can explain to the Countess.
Me explain.
I'm afraid she may take a bit more convincing than you.
And you're not willing to convince her yourself because... I mean, you are claiming to be the next heir to the throne, and I'm... No offense, but I'm just a common brigand that happened to be in the right place at the right time. I didn't sign up for really any of this. I was imprisoned for being a thief, and a terrible one at that. The first thing I did when I got out of prison was to start thieving again. I've joined the Thieves Guild. Do you know about that? Have you heard about that? I've joined the Thieves Guild. I'm an official member of... You don't care, do you? I could tell you my life story right now. I could yell about the 9 Divines, just how little regard I have for them and their so-called plan, how little regard they seem to have for me. There's a chapel in Anvil that got sacked, and a prophet outside that won't shut up about the 8 and 1, and I'm just making you uncomfortable trying to recount all of this in an effort to explain that this is more your situation than mine. I'll talk to the Countess.
Good. Have her meet me in the Chapel of Talos for a council of war. That seems a fitting place to make such desperate plans.
Desperate is a word.
What do you need, friend?
I need a vacation, Boris. I need an out. I need Martin to see a little bit more reason than he's showing. Between you and me, I don't know if he has all his senses between... I mean, look at this. You look at this and you tell me this is what this place was built for. What's even going to happen when I get that sigil stone? What does any of this even mean? The refugees, the doors of Oblivion, the firmament, modern heretics, the warp and... What is this about? That's too many words. That's entirely too many words. It's not that I'm trying to block out the peanut gallery, quote unquote. Just, I feel like the character moment here is kind of... It's too fun to put it on hold to snicker about everyone cracking jokes about... about my character being high on whatever allowed the writing of the Elder Scrolls. Like, I really can't do the train of thought more justice than everyone else already has. I am probably going to wrap the stream up in just a minute here as soon as I level up one more time. But thank you, Starry, for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you at the next one, whenever that is. Hopefully it won't be another fucking 9 months until the next Oblivion stream. So, let's just wrap this up. You can't believe how easy it is. You just have to go a little crazy. A little crazy. A tiny bit, just a little crazy. Not too crazy. Don't want to, like, buy any haunted manors or anything on a whim. And then suddenly it all makes sense and everything you do turns to gold, except for the 5,000 that you lost buying a haunted house. A very, very haunted house. And too much high C ecto cooler, you're right. Let's put points in agility. Seems like the go-to here. I wouldn't put any in personality. I feel like yelling at Martin for a solid 2 minutes hasn't exactly helped me with that. But how about strength, because it helps with blades, and I've been using that a whole hell of a lot compared to my bow. And let's put 1 point into luck. Why not? All right. And that'll be it for Oblivion for the time being. Kind of an underwhelming end, but we're headed into something that I can't do just one and done. This is actually going to be more of a piecemeal thing. To be blunt, this next quest becomes easier the more towns I've helped out with their own respective problems. Each one of the towns that is, like, not the Imperial City has been going through it a little bit with this whole Oblivion situation, and they could all use my help. So the next thing I'm going to do before we actually get around to the Defense of Bruma quest is I'm just going to help every city with their major problems so they can all pitch in. Kind of a big undertaking, but I mean, it's either that or Martin becomes entirely too vulnerable, or I become entirely too vulnerable in this next quest, and I don't think we want that. Get those divine beasts. Yeah, actually, that's a really good way to describe it. It is sort of the divine beast situation. Save again, why not? And this time we quit out. All right, so with that done, I've done a little bit of updating for the stream ending page, as you can see here. It now gives a handy... I actually updated one of the stream bots with a command now, so I don't need to run through the whole, and here's the Discord, and here's the Twitter routine. I can just say thank you all very much for tuning in. If you like the streams, consider subscribing. $4.99 a month gets you some emotes made by Littlest Artemis here in chat. Round of applause again for that. And I don't know when exactly the next stream will be, but it's not going to be another 9 months, I can promise you that. I'm enjoying doing this with just 2 hours instead of a full-blown 3. It makes it a little bit less... I don't feel like I have to carry it quite so much, you know? Oh yeah, Artemis is taking commissions, so look into that if you like the emotes. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Check the archives, you can already see the name there. If you want a link to the Discord or the Twitter, type !info. Otherwise, I'm out. Take care of yourselves. See you at the next stream. I'm still no good at outros. Have a good evening, everyone. Or afternoon, I guess. It's still technically afternoon here. I can just keep doing this forever. I don't think I'm gonna. Bye.